everybody, welcome back. My name's Emily Jones, former paparazzi consultant. Now my goal is to educate, inform, give logical reasoning behind things that multi-level marketing companies do. My goal is to educate and inform only. I do not want to incite hate. I do use strong language. I do use adult verbiage, and I am not perfect. So if I do something that offends you, call me out on it. I will apologize. And with that, let's get this party started. Alrighty, hi, yay, I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, Paparazzi never did this when I was a consultant. And I have a lot of former consultants and still active consultants who forward things to me on a daily basis. And with that, I am going to go over some of the things that Paparazzi sends their consultants. So what is this? This is the Paparazzi Insider email. A deep dive into Facebook Live, part 1 of 3. So, you're going to receive 3 emails about this. 3. So far, I've received 2, because you guys are amazing, and I'm just going to say that. So, today we're going to just go over this. So, a deep dive into the Facebook Live. Paparazzi was built on the foundation of making meaningful connections. I'm going to retranslate this. Paparazzi was built on the foundation of making transactional relationships. We started by making transactional connections with shoppers at expos, and it quickly grew into a network of other transactional relationships by building teams with friends and neighbors at at-home parties across the country. Yes, you can read what it actually says. I'm telling you what I think it should say, okay? Social media has opened up a whole new world where we can connect with individuals we may have never have met in person. But even through our way of sharing fashionable accessories may have evolved the foundation of making connections and building relationships, transactional that may be, through sharing adorable jewelry. Adorable? Adorable? I'm wearing these because they match my shirt, but I would not consider these adorable. They're big and they're clunky. But someone sent them to me, and I'm going to wear them until they fall out, or I lose them, or they break, or they fray. I don't know. All right. Since its inception in 2015, Facebook Live has become a favorite selling method for many paparazzi consultants. All right. Have you guys watched the LuLaRoe documentary on Amazon Prime? If not, watch it. Because that is what caused LuLaRoe to thrive, in my humble opinion. And all network marketing companies thrive off of Facebook Live, TikTok. But TikTok has changed their rules, and you can't sell on TikTok. Instagram, that's another place. There's people who go live on YouTube. I'm not joking. There are people that go live and sell on YouTube. They have whole channels devoted to their lives. All right? So no doubt you've experienced many uncomfortable moments as you attempt to fill the silence while waiting for people to join your broadcast. Yeah. Now I'm just going to go into a certain person. So we're going to go to the home screen here. And I'm just going to point this out. This is Bling It, recorded live with Crystal. Bling It Up with Crystal. That was a good 30 seconds of her sitting there while we waited for her. Alright? So I can click on Bling It Up with Crystal. I can go to her page. And I could watch her lives. But I'm sorry. This is one of the most boring people I have ever watched on Facebook who goes live. Alright, so I type in another person that I watch. Yes, Erica Cole's on there. Taylor Kirby's on there. Jamie Warren is on there. But there's another person I watch on Facebook. So let me go to notifications. It's JJ. He knows how to go live. He's engaging. He keeps you engaged. Apparently, he's in Oregon. So, good for him. Alright, so there's that. So let's go back to this email. If you're now selling via Facebook Live and feeling a little less than confident, don't let self-doubt hold you back. The best way to gain experience is to become fluent, and selling is to go for it. Okay. Over the next few weeks, we'll take a deep dive into Facebook Live and covering everything from prepping your live broadcast to tips and tricks for selling on the platform. So here's my thoughts on why this email has come out. One, they need to start proving that sales are going to actual end users instead of consultant to consultant. So, oh, Ellie, you stink. Ugh. Sorry, Ellie just came in from outside and she's smelly.
It's raining.
I know, and she smells like wet dog. Ugh. So, they're saying, why go live? Well, you get to interact with customers in real time. They want people to start going live more often because, one, they want people to go live so they can find fresh blood so they can get new recruits. Paparazzi has these promotions going on literally every month of this year to get new recruits. They are desperate for those new recruits, like all the time. So they are hoping that they can get those new recruits. They need the fresh blood. So they want to create a frenzy, and they're telling you why urgency is created. So they're telling you to do the fear of missing out. They're telling you that social media allows you to experience things with hosts. Basically, this is a propaganda email. All right, so let's go into, that's the leaderboard. Let's go into part two. Part two. Last week, we began our deep dive into Facebook Live series. There's a hyperlink. What is a hyperlink? Oh, it's the email I just read. All right. This week, we're going to talk about the behind-the-scenes preparation it takes for a seamless and successful live. Now, I'm going to read this and see if it's like common sense knowledge that I had that I didn't receive, but I just had it. All right, there are some components to planning a Facebook Live party that require the same type of planning you do for a home party, okay? Such as finding a hostess. I never had a hostess for my party, and the one time I did have a hostess for a party, she didn't show up. So you don't need a hostess to have a Facebook Live. You be the hostess, okay? Ensuring inventory is organized and presentable, and inviting your guests. However, live parties require some additional prep work that may be less familiar to you. Really? Everybody. Okay, really. Hosting a party by a Facebook Live is getting ready for the curtain to rise on the opening night, and your audience is waiting to shop. Who wrote this shit? Seriously. Taking time to plan your live is essential. Not only will it help you feel confident and at ease, but it will also show your audience that you are a professional fashion consultant. Okay. Ready for your prep moment in the right light? Let's go. Pre-show prep. Before you hit that go live button, make sure you are prepped for the show. Going live spontaneously can be fun, but to have a more impactful show, there are a few things you need to consider. Your background. My background is boring. It's my old dining room turned into my desk office. Yay. Make sure it's clean and tidy. As you can see, it's not, and I don't care. You don't want anything distracting from the star of the show, the adorable accessories. Now, one of you asked in a comment the other day, why is it that I always see women selling paparazzi jewelry with a wall of paparazzi jewelry behind them? I'm guessing this is the reason why, because they've been instructed to do so. Because they're supposed to have the adorable accessories be the highlight of the show. All right, lighting. Adjust your lights so it's bright enough to catch all the sparkle you're flaunting, but not too harsh that it leaves you looking washed out. You mean the tarnished pieces of Pop and Poppies that you sent me in my starter kit? I was to show this off, and people are like, is that just colored? And I'm like, yes. And it smells. And here's the other funny thing. It's sticky. So, yeah. You want to have great lighting so you can show off the quality of the product that you're selling. Yeah. All right, camera. Whether you're using your phone or another device. I'm using my Logicam. Be sure your camera is stationary and secure, leaving your hands free to work. A tripod is a must-have tool. Or you can just hook it to your screen and you can just hold things up like this. Ooh. Accessories. Organize the accessories you plan to show so that you can easily grab them when you're ready. Consider using jewelry displays. To give each accessory you present a solid background, ensure a stunning feature is showcased. Now, you guys have asked me about the jewelry displays. All right. And you guys know that I like Temu, okay? And you can get jewelry displays on Temu. Now, these are some really cute busts. They're cheaper than Amazon. You can also get display cards that are plain. So, and I'm just going to point this out. If you are a former paparazzi consultant and you're going out of business, here's an idea. Because paparazzi won't let you sell their product with their logo on it, go get yourself some jewelry displays. Some jewelry tags. Alright? But you can get the jewelry bags here, the self-adhesive bags, cheaper than on Amazon. Okay? You've got the ring holders. You've got earring holders on a toadstool. But you guys, you can get your jewelry display items and a hangable pegboard right there. A ring holder right there. Temu has a lot of stuff that you can use to display and sell your jewelry, but most importantly, you're not spending an arm and a leg. Okay? You're just not. But when I saw these, and I clicked on them, they're actually kind of nice. And they have different types, and a lot of people seem to like them. But they have other kinds of displays. But these ones, you can get acrylic, clear, or black, or white. And they come with the earring holder. Oh look, it looks like paparazzi jewelry right there. So yeah, if you want to get a jewelry display or a whole row of A-B color rhinestones, the iridescent rhinestones, by all means, you've got options, people. And yes, I'm going to point this out because why give paparazzi money? Alright, so back to the insider. Have your jewelry display. Have your camera. And then, I love this. Consider using jewelry displays with a hyperlink. And then it gives you a hyperlink. But because I'm not a consultant, I don't get access to the jewelry display. Maybe I do. Who knows? Oh my gosh. So it does $16.99 for a 3-pack of cardboard flimsy shit. $16.99 for that. The ones I just showed you on Temu were $7.98 a piece, and they'll hold together. This part won't rip off, and they won't get fuzzies on them. You can wipe them down. Just pointing that out. Internet connection. There's nothing more aggravated than a feed that's suddenly freezing. Test your internet connection to make sure. Well, yeah, that happens. It happens to me too. Once you're up and ready to go, particularly if you're nervous about going live, do a practice run. And this is where Tian got the pro tip thing from her blog. Pro tip. When watching a practice broadcast, pay attention to your facial expressions and tone of voice. Do you look around excited about the adorable jewelry or that you're sharing? Do you? I don't know. And one thing you guys commented on with a video earlier this week is why does Erica keep looking over this way? What is she looking at? When she's yelling at everybody, calling them jerks and that you suck. Why was she always going like this? Who's she looking at? Well, I don't know. Okay. Ready, set, go live. Once you have everything in place, take a calming, restorative breath and hit go live. All right. I'm just going to add on to this just a little bit. So give me a second to pause. I got to pull it back up. All right. Do you guys remember me doing a little training video where I was like, prepare for your lives this way? Set yourself up with a free Canva account and make yourself a live schedule. Okay? Paparazzi didn't go over this in their email. They just tell you to check your internet connection, have your accessories on jewelry display, make sure your camera, your lighting, and your background is all good. Pre-show prep. That is what paparazzi considers pre-show prep. Here's what I consider pre-show prep. 1. Make yourself a schedule and a time. Post your live show schedule on your VIP page or Facebook or whatever. All right, and then prepare for those lives. How would I personally prepare for those lives? Well, let's say, what is today? Today's Thursday. So gold, copper, brass, and sass. Find something new for you. So I would pull sets of jewelry in these colors of metals, and I would put them on my jewelry display, and I used the crap paparazzi jewelry displays, and I would show how things go together and how you can mix the metals, and I would show the multi-pieces that weren't tarnished and smelly and sticky, okay? And I would have everything out of its plastic ready to show. Because again, the most annoying thing about Facebook Lives is when Crystal is going live on her Facebook page and she's dealing with all of that plastic and making that crinkly, crunchy sound. It's annoying to sit there and wait for her to open the piece, throw the plastic away, show the piece, put it in a bin. But here's the other thing Crystal does, and this is something that drives me nuts. She puts it back in the plastic instead of saying thank you for your sale and moving on. You have to wait for her to put it back in the plastic sleeve before she moves on to open the next piece of jewelry in the plastic sleeve. I mean, come on, lady. We have time, and you honestly would sell a lot more jewelry if you were prepared. And how I was prepared is I had my folded pegboard next to my desk, out of sight, and I would have everything on that pegboard in order of what I was going to show. And I would just grab the stuff off the peg and show it. If it's sold, I had my bins over here, and I would put a post-it note on the bin with the person's name, and I would fill up their bin with the jewelry they claimed. And I would just go back and forth between the two. That's how I did it. Okay? And then after the live show was over, I would send the invoice, and if they paid it, I shipped it. If they didn't pay it, they would email me and tell me why. Because they wanted to shop the next live and they wanted to pay at the end of the week. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I would go into my Shopify store and I would reserve the pieces until the end of that live that they wanted to shop. Not that hard. So, this is just something. Paparazzi is not giving you real training, and it kind of drives me nuts. So, anyway. I received an update from one of you guys that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, remember when I read an email from somebody that she was afraid to tell her daughter that she was in over her head, and that she wanted to quit, but she was afraid. And I spoke to her directly and told her it's okay. You can admit that. Well, I wanted to give you guys an update. All right. So Candace reached out to me. Paparazzi hasn't canceled her yet. She's waiting for them to do that. But she emailed me last night. And she said, or actually early this morning, she said, "Good morning, Emily. Thank you for your videos. I watched the one with Erica Cole last night, and during it, I felt so belittled. That was the same feeling my ex-husband made me feel. And he did to me after years of narcissistic abuse. I am shedding the papa slowly. I've been selling a lot on Mercari. I always throw in an extra piece or two when someone buys from me. I told my business page, but I have not had the courage to address my 4 team members. I did have one of my ladies reach out to me before I posted and asked if I would buy her stock at cost." So with that, it tells me that she too is also struggling, and she inventory loaded as well. Don't feel guilty for what you said in this next sentence. I politely told her no, that I was getting rid of my own stock and I did not have the money to buy hers. Believe me, a part of me felt guilty and I almost wished I could purchase her stock. To me, that tells me that you actually have empathy and you have a moral compass, and this is how I would respond. I would just say, I'm sorry, I'm in over my head. I can't afford to buy your stock. I'm sorry that this happened. Go into these going out of business groups. And she can find going out of business groups, and she can sell her stock for whatever she deems necessary. But that's something, if she's ready to get out too, if she's trying to get someone to buy her excess inventory. So empower her to be brave enough to go into those going out of business groups and to sell her stock. There's no shame in that. Okay. All right. So here, I'm just going to make this bigger so you guys can see it. Because, it's cute. He's like a little clue. So, all right. So back to this email. As for my daughter, she saw my post about me getting out of paparazzi. She came into the room and said, "What the hell? You are quitting?" And then she said, "Good, let's get that shit out of this room." She took it better than I thought, and I knew she would be. I knew she would be thrilled that you were getting out. And I'm glad that she's being supportive and helping you. So I'm listing a lot and planning on it in the next couple of weeks, listing on my business page for $2 a pop. I'm ready to have my office back. I know the feeling. I was so glad when I got that corner of my room over there back and I was able to put my chair back out there. And then I was more grateful when I got this area where my desk is now cleared out of paparazzi, and then it was just over in this corner. And then when it left this corner, it was so freeing. And then when it left the bins in that corner, it was so freeing. And then when all the bins over there left, it was so freeing. Oh my gosh, I get it. I do. Okay. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you for ripping down that veil that so many are stuck behind. Keep up the good work on your videos. I enjoyed watching them. It mentally helps me. This is such a wicked place to be. I do use another direct selling items for my own needs, but I never feel pushed to sell or build a team. They actually stress not to be MLM-y. Well, that's good. The focus is on the quality that they were made in America products, so I will stick with them for my wellness products. But you are so right. This jewelry has made me physically and mentally sick. All right. And so I responded. Let me go down here because I responded today. And this is one. Candace, I really want you to share with those 4 ladies the video that spoke to you the most. I'm a firm believer in honesty being the best policy. I'm a true advocate for owning up to my own mistakes. I own my mistake, and I want to help others do the same. As for you, do not fear. What is the worst that can happen? Paparazzi can cancel you and tell you that you can never come back. Darn. Consider that a gift from paparazzi. Consider it your parting gift, okay? Sharing your truth with those who are struggling as well will help them pull back the curtain and look at the true reality of the situation that they are in. The more people that take a step back and take a logical look at the situation that they are in, the more people are going to stop the madness. Do not fear the truth. Embrace it, okay? I knew your daughter was going to be supportive and happy for you. I just knew it because most are. I still use my previously purchased MLM products like my Pampered Chef, and I'm still using up a bunch of Avon that I bought back in the day. But I put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to buy MLM products anymore. I'll find a replacement elsewhere. The fact that you haven't been canceled yet by paparazzi is kind of shocking, but don't worry, your time will come. I'm proud of you, and I want you to know that I'm proud of you because you took a step to heal, and you opened your eyes to your situation. You looked at the brevity of that situation, and you decided that you were worth more. And I think that's important, and I'm proud of you for doing that, okay? All right, and then she said she's not too worried about being canceled. She's just going to ride it out until they do. She's seeing a lot of consultants that are selling on Macari, and they have active Facebook Lives. So either paparazzi doesn't know or they're turning the cheek. I'm guessing that paparazzi is trying to just pretend it's not happening. So they're turning the other cheek. There's one woman selling for $5 and free shipping. But she's in her bio state, she's an active consultant and sells on Facebook. I guess this is the way they get customers. Yes. She talks to someone named Melanie, who's friends with someone named Danielle, and she is the name behind the Danielle. And they said at convention last year the dynamics of paparazzi was different, and they were pushing hard on recruitment. And she said when her and Danielle came home, they made the decision to leave. Danielle resigned, but Melanie said she stayed until they canceled her because she was selling her jewelry on her page at $2 a piece. I plan to send my ladies a message today letting them know I am leaving, and if they want to continue to stay with the company, they can reach out to the upline, whoever they may be. I figure only one out of the 4 will stay because, well, she's still gullible. No, she's not gullible. She just hasn't had her eyes opened, okay? And when you are in a place where you are, and this is the thing, paparazzi loves the fact that they are preying on people who are desperate. And she's in a desperate place. And her desperation does not allow her to think outside of that box logically or emotionally smart. Okay? She's in a place of desperation and she doesn't want to admit. Like I said in a video earlier this week, the women who went to the Paparazzi Dorks meeting, they are all beautiful women, but they're all in a state of denial. And they went to the Paparazzi Dorks training because they wanted training to make their business better, stronger, and to build it. But the thing is you can't build a house out of shit. You can't build a house out of bullshit, okay? And when you are constantly trying to build a house out of bullshit, eventually that house is going to get smelly and fall down, okay? You can't continue to build on something that can't sustain itself. You just can't, okay? So some people are just building their house with the piles of elephant shit that they are given. And they're believing what they're told because they don't want to admit that they were lied to. They don't want to admit that they were gullible. They don't want to admit that they were naive. And they don't want to admit that they were ill-informed. I was one of those people. I didn't want to admit it. But when I came home in March of 2020 and I had a good look around what I had done, it was like the light bulb finally went off and I was like, I'm in a shit ton of trouble. That's the thing, is it takes a light bulb moment for these people, and the light bulb has to go on and it has to stay on in order for them to get out. So they're not naive, they're ill-informed, they're uneducated, and they just need someone to help them get the knowledge that they need to make a truly informed decision. Okay? So that's where I'm going to leave this video today. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff, and we'll talk to you another day. All right, bye.